welcome back for another episode of Barbells and Banter. Not Jason here, but it is Jess. So the three of us jumped on today and chatted shock horror, another update on everyone's deficits. So the final stretch, it's the final week. Asked Ben a little bit about how his cut's been going now that he has upped the ante a little bit as he gets towards the end. We spent a decent amount of time talking about injuries, whether they're acute injuries, ongoing, and how we all personally manage it and manage it for different clientele and population as well. And then we just went through some Q&As, a few overrated things, recommendations for strength and physique athletes, and a couple other questions. Make sure you are listening to this, and if you listen to it because I'm on here, make sure you tag all of us in this as well. So like it, share it, subscribe on Spotify. While you're there, jump on the YouTube. We actually have so much more than the podcast clips going up on the YouTube as well. So please keep an eye out there. And yeah, anyway, enjoy the episode.
All right, before we jump into the episode, guys, I am doing a waist loss challenge in January. Guaranteed to lose at least 2 centimeters off your waist in 28 days. It's a free challenge, weekly check-ins program, nutrition, and cash prize of up to $500. All you need to do is go to my Instagram, so Ben Scott STC, shoot me a DM that says challenge. I'll send you all the information. 100% free, $500 on the table, guaranteed to lose 2 centimeters off your waist in Jan while everyone else is putting it on. Enjoy the app.
Where you are right now, not flexing, where you are right now, last 3 months, King.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
It's like, how did you drop that weight so quickly? It's like, killed myself.
Yeah. I've been thinking about it since.
Part of dying.
There's 2 lessons from the last week. 1, I don't want to compete. 2, there's no way I could do this for an extended period of time with a child.
True, yeah.
Yeah, because I put it there. See? So I try to have 3 hours a day put aside with him. So then I'd work, cardio, training. So it's like maximum sleep now is 7.5. Like, there's no fucking way.
It's like, can you just
go through a prep
on my chest whilst I lie on the ground, please?
Yeah.
And not move.
Yeah. Let's nap.
Yeah.
I've seen Ben play with LJ, and it's not chill at all.
No,
LJ's like, kicking off, like, put my rave music on. Let's fucking go, Dad.
Volume check 10. Urgently.
Absolutely. Sorry for everyone at home.
We just blew up car speakers, dude.
Hi, guys.
Yeah. That's a pitch that the tweeters in the speaker struggle with. It's like...
Car doors are vibrating and shit. Fuck. I felt that in like my diaphragm. Just rattled through my whole body.
Ben's extra precious today.
Yeah.
You know, there are ways that like people insult their friends.
Yeah. It's very nicely. It was a very nice way. If you're going to get insulted, it's just like, that's how I would like to be insulted.
Yeah. I was only thinking of the listener, Jess. That's all.
Yeah.
So guys, I'm on the podcast today. Hi.
Fuck.
Yeah. You already introduced yourself though.
Yeah.
Before this. This is happening. This has already happened.
We've inceptioned it.
This has already happened for the
That's
listener.
right.
Yeah.
I forget.
But hey guys.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. How was a Christmas party?
It was fun.
Yeah.
We lost the challenge. That sucked.
You guys got destroyed, and we had a room and a half where we weren't even playing.
Had an extra person.
Oh, here we go. Half of the games didn't really. I was just sitting at the back.
No.
So there was too many people in there for me. I reckon 4 people per room is the
And Steph and I are both authoritative, so we both...
Here you go. Here, just I love how when we walked in, like half of it's like listen, and then everyone kind of listened to a little bit, but that was it. And then it's
still no one knew what the fuck
it's like you got to go over here, so we just go over there, and then it'd take a couple of goes to work out
what to actually do.
And then we slayed it, but that's fine.
It. Yeah, we smashed it.
I learnt that I had really good reflexes when we did the music one.
The music one was good. Yeah, the piano.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah. Sorry,
the piano one was good. Tam lost his car keys. I lost my wedding ring.
The fact that I got that on camera, it's Jason just throwing stuff.
Oh my God.
I lost my ring, and then Steph's still going.
The best part of it,
Steph's
this
powering.
is how fucking competitive they are, right? It's like, I've lost my wedding ring. Mm-hmm. Not like just a shitty fucking, $100 ring. It's my wedding ring. And they're like, yep, sweet, we'll find it after the game. keep playing. I'm pretty sure I heard someone say that, and then I just said, "Fuck that."
That was Steph.
Wait a sec. No
That's
one.
how competitive this woman is.
She literally,
best.
she was like, you were like going, and she's like, oh, your wedding ring, and she's still doing this stuff.
Yeah, if that was hers, I would have shut the whole fucking place down.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, the
Lights on.
Hijinks Hotel is closed for the evening.
Yeah.
Because we now have a wedding ring. to
Lights
find.
on. Let's go.
I will put out a bounty to get that thing.
Fucking hell.
So I'm like, okay, it's metal. It's gonna fall to the bottom. So I have to just fan the mat.
Yeah.
So I'm just fanning in the area and I was failing miserably, and I could tell because then he stepped over me, just like, so where do you think it is? And I'm like, I'm not gonna find this, am I? Then all of a sudden I found it. I was just like, oh, that was the win for me for the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, an affirmation that I just should never wear it out.
Yeah. I wore mine as well, and I knew it was risky.
Yeah,
But I think it was just humid, so I was fine.
yeah.
I woke up one morning, and mine was in the bath. So I'd washed my hands and flicked my hands.
Oh, Jesus.
And it was just sitting in the bath the next day. And I didn't even notice it came on.
Yeah.
Do you just have my headset down?
I can't,
because Jason's loud for me too. I think it's
Ben,
just,
I think
I think I'm just
sensitive Ben.
Sensitive.
I think so.
Sensitive Ben
Very
day.
sensitive.
No, I reckon Jace turned it up on the way in.
Right, Ben, you're not allowed to eat anything.
He's on to us, man.
That's better. Or maybe a little bit more.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah,
Anything else?
That's
you
it. That's it.
want a blanket,
Maybe.
pillow?
If you stretch your feet out
That
far
could be
enough,
great.
Jason can give you a foot rub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about that.
No, I'm not about that. No touching.
Every time I'm on this feet contact.
I'm not about the foot rubs. You can tickle my head. Let's scratch my
Yeah, I don't
head.
mind a good head
What about
scratch.
that?
All that.
Head scratches
These
are
ones,
far superior to foot rubs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it a
agreed.
scratch though, or is it just a, what would constitute a scratch?
No, it's not
It's
a scratch because it's not the nails.
Massage with nails.
Yeah, I get you.
It's the
We
equivalent
used to
of
have
that,
this thing.
that metal thing you put on
Yeah.
your
Yeah, they don't work.
No,
We used to have
They
this.
don't they don't do it.
It's
Yeah.
like a claw, and you put it on your head.
My wife
Don't
bought
ask
me
me
one.
where I got it from.
My wife
I got
bought
it
me
in a
one,
show
and I
No,
was
I
like,
must know.
Well, I got it in a show bag with other things from the sex show.
Oh, no. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So just use that though.
Amy came.
Nothing else.
Amy came home with it. And I'm just like, yeah.
Stay
nah,
tuned
like,
for the other
this is
podcast.
not-
Oh, I'm getting red. Already. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I love a good head scratch. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately for men, I don't have. I got bigger hands than most men do. So I
Big
don't,
hands is all right.
I don't have nails
I'll
either.
get a head scratch from Jason. That's
Lift-
fine.
Yeah, and
Not concerned.
mine are good. Mine grow so fast. I have to cut them like at least once a week.
Love that for
Health.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It helps.
something like that. Does your hair grow quick too, Jason?
It does. It grows real quick. Yeah, I'm like Wolverine. Just fucking with hair and nails.
Give me some of your supplements, Jess.
Strictly not strictly confidential. So what was your favorite game at the so for everyone at home, we went to the Hijinks Hotel, which is a games room kind of competition type deal. So
Activity rooms.
there's a bunch of games in every different room, and you got a high score kind of wins type deal.
We did not.
Our team destroyed yours, which was always going to happen because I feel like you were the only competitive person on your team.
Yep.
Yeah. And when you chose the teams, I was like, it's a bad idea.
It wasn't a strategic decision.
I know,
It was just
I know.
like,
We're going to destroy this team.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we had at least 2.5 people who really wanted to win.
Yeah.
So Jess and Steph really wanted to
I
win,
think we
and
had-
I still wanted to
I
win.
think we had 1.5 combined. Everyone
Yeah.
else there was just vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favourite game was the Noughts and Crosses game, only because Tam and I were just destroying this
Figured
game.
it out. Center row, bang, bang,
Yeah,
bang.
and
Yeah.
like he would always hit. I'd go, so the ball would hit the boxes like boom, boom. So
Yeah.
then you'd just be like, all right, here, and then
Yeah.
it had no chance.
Yeah.
We were just
Yeah.
we were laughing.
I
at
spent
that.
90% of that game competing with my teammate. Because he thought he was playing against me. It's like,
Yeah.
just poor Michael.
Yeah,
Didn't
yeah.
go
Steph
well
and
for him.
I paired up on that one.
Yeah,
And it could have been the best or the worst thing to ever happen. The whole time we were like, hell yeah. Like,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
on the same level.
Yeah,
here.
I didn't really realize what the game was, and then when I saw the computer pop up one of the circles, I'm like, okay, we're
gotta
versing
beat
you.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
you're going down now.
Yeah. So when we got into the pick that track,
Yep.
Yep.
name the song one, I was like, I'm fucking horrible at these. Like, I'm a stand at the back. I'm out.
Mm.
I think I got, if we got 20, I got 19 of them.
Yeah.
There's one Taylor Swift one that Mimic, I was like, I don't fucking know what that is.
Yeah.
That was fun. Only
that
because I was good at, but because I was way down the back, the delay of me saying it and then dad processing the letter and actually pushing the button, I was like, it's costing us 5 points every time.
It's all
Oh
your
no,
fault,
we
Michael.
fucking
Yeah.
we killed that one.
Yeah,
As soon
we're
as like
good.
I heard the first thing, it would be like bang.
Yeah, we're good. I think we did one in
Tam
like
got-
39 seconds, and you get 40 seconds for the song or something.
Mm.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah,
Yep.
I was very impressed. Yeah.
We
Hated the memory one.
Oh, that was terrible. So for everyone at home, basically, there were a whole bunch of different colors and shapes, and it would tell you so red heart, and you had to press it, but then it would say red heart, yellow square, and then basically you and all your team had to do them in order. So we did not know how that worked, and we just had
We just
them
pressed
all,
them. When
we
the-
all just pressed them when it asked for it.
When it lit up, and it was like, no, it needs to be done in order.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we got it at the end, because our score wasn't that terrible compared to the high score.
It was like half of the high score, and we did it in a quarter of the time.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
scored half as well, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Because it takes you half the game to figure out what the fuck you're doing.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
if you'd done it before, we would have high scored.
Yeah, if we did the front games,
You would have kicked us.
yeah, because we already knew the game,
Yeah.
the games, which is good to
Same.
do the other games. But the first 6 games are better than those, or the
Yeah.
first 5.
There was
sorry.
more basketball in the other
Yeah,
ones.
there's like basketball.
There's
and
like 2 basketball
There's
ones.
this one where you just have to put infinite balls into the slots.
Yep.
So you're just going fucking
Yeah.
ham, just trying to throw as many
biggest
in the
back
bucket.
pump ever,
Yeah.
going up and
Yeah,
down.
that's good. But yeah, it was fun. It was a good
It
time.
was really,
I think the
really
ball
nice.
pit would have, our team, I think that would have cost us.
Yeah.
I don't think there was, like you said, there's only,
There's only
What?
so much space.
but only so much, yes, and only so much urgency in the team in terms
Yeah.
of competitiveness.
Oh,
It's just quite a lot of time that I was standing there just waiting for any light near me to turn on while other people just threw balls. I'm like, fucking slam dunk that shit.
oh no, that's what we all had our
Yeah.
own sections, and then for the top
we
ones,
were-
Yeah, so
it
did
was
we,
Vince.
but we just had people that were like, yeah, I'll just pop it up in there.
oh no,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to work with urgency. When you're playing a game, it's, time
You
is
got to fucking go.
time is of the essence.
Yeah.
Well, I
If your
think
hand doesn't go halfway down the hole, you're not trying hard enough.
Yeah, I agree.
clip that.
Right. So next time, us two, you and Steph, and we'll destroy everybody.
Yeah, we'll go set high scores.
We'll set the high score for the whole place.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
I like the activities.
It was good.
I think
Yeah.
it was like I felt really bad. Like I mean, I triple checked with everyone location wise where everyone wanted to go, but I think like for like a low key
It was fun.
fun, it was chill.
Bit of distance, Jess. There.
Yeah.
Just a bit.
Not the first man to say that to me this year.
Layouts.
Guys, it's fun.
Yeah. So the activities are good. The axe throwing last year was fun.
Yeah.
The hijinks was good this time. I like the activities. I think it's a
Yeah.
good
I
thing.
feel like no one said it, but thank you for picking a good
Yeah, thank you,
activity
Jess.
for the
Thanks,
year.
guys.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you, Jess.
The axe throwing too last year. I'm
Yeah.
alright this
Axe
year.
throwing was really
Yeah.
good. I liked
Yeah.
it. I think,
Because you can do, like, everyone can kind of just.
yeah,
you know? But if we went go-karting, like,
I just kicked everyone's
Oh,
ass.
yeah, which we've done.
Which
and
we
these,
have.
These two just.
And I just kicked
these
everyone's
two
ass. Yeah.
end up having their own little battle, and we're just like, whee.
I was on Mario Kart. I was
Yeah.
like fucking vibing out there.
Yeah.
I have to go back now. I'm 10 kilos lighter.
Yeah.
I'll beat that 50.
No.
I've watched another year of Formula One, mate.
Yeah.
I know where the braking lines
I
are.
was
Wait a sec.
I was second for the month. I'm going to go get that kid.
Ben,
Probably
Yeah.
12, weighs 30 kilos.
you've
Fuck
lost
that,
brain
guys.
capacity though.
Yeah.
Your
No, I'll eat
reactions.
that day. It's fine.
His parents.
He's
his
an
parents
athlete,
have,
it's
you know,
instinct.
Yeah. I get to eat on Wednesday. It's all good. We're on.
I'll book it for Thursday.
last Friday, we were like just doing an update upstairs, and he's just like, "So what do you do?" And I saw his soul leave his body, so I'm just like, "Oh, I'd probably like just pull down real hard, like right till the last minute." And I could tell he was like, "Oh, that means that I have to wait for more food."
So we'd had a conversation that was like, if you just want to look big, we'll start eating on the weekend.
Yeah, like Sunday to
Yeah.
Wednesday.
And then it was basically like, he sort of baited me with a compliment and then just like didn't even bother with lube.
Yeah,
It's
nice.
just like,
And very,
The hand
Yeah.
went straight
you
in,
could,
right?
yeah, you could look really good with your shirt off if you push. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I have to do that now, don't I?
Well, so without breaking someone's feelings or hurting them, for a better term, I was like, if you want to take your shirt off a lot, we have to push a little bit harder.
Yeah.
If you don't want to take your shirt off a lot,
We're fine.
fucking sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, respectfully, I tried to deliver that in the nicest way possible.
I'm proud of my response.
I agree.
I'm proud of you.
The last week
for
has been
being-
great.
I'm proud of you for being the coach, colleague, friend that can be like, do it this way and deliver it in a professional way still to your mate.
Yeah, I would never, and even when I talk to a client or anybody, I would never sit there and just be like, look, man, you're not
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
you're not letting them.
Yeah.
That's so like
Yeah.
savage.
That's just not.
And then-
I think
Well
the
received.
difference is like with Jess is like it's harder with the mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can be honest.
We're used to just being that shit, bro. Like with work stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The tough part too is because everyone, like when everyone's lean, like they're happy because it's the best that they've been.
Yeah.
And so when you know that they want to look a specific way, or you can
There's another
take them,
level.
See it.
yeah, you can see like another level.
Yeah.
So you're like, you need to push more.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the tough part.
I've actually really enjoyed the week, to be honest.
It's a good challenge.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. Especially because work's been so fucking hectic.
Well,
too.
I can see how people can do it and sustain it when you eradicate everything else, you know, and that's why when you immerse yourself into like proper like bodybuilding, whatever, bodybuilding culture, we'll call it, just like the way that you live, you just eat, sleep, and train.
Yeah,
you can absolutely deal with that.
Yeah,
because you can sit on the couch and just do nothing for the rest of the afternoon.
Yeah,
and not have the brain capacity to do whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, like we've had like two of the biggest weeks work wise.
Yeah.
Even like yesterday, I couldn't talk because we'd like you and I we had a chat. We went on the first call. Then we did another workshop, and then we went on to a thing, and I'm just like, it's like my tongue was just going and my voice was going like it weren't in sync.
They weren't together.
I'm just like far out after I was talking.
So we did this review of the course that we're doing, and the guy's like, all right, this is what you need to commit to for the next year, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, 1 module per week plus application. We've been in the course for 2 weeks, and we've done 10 each.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, when we sat down for the
Holy
call, they're
heck.
like, so you guys only had to do the one thing and you've done all of it.
Yeah.
And we're just like, okay, that's why I feel fucked.
Yeah.
We were both like,
It's hard.
yeah, we're both like, hey man, are you still at the laptop? Like, are you still doing this?
Yeah.
And then I said to Steph, I'm like, I swear they said 4 hours, 5 hours a week. She's like, yeah, that's not
Yeah.
4 or 5 hours a week. It's because we did all of it.
But given the choice at the start, I'd do it again.
Oh yeah, I would absolutely.
Because
do
it's
it.
like that is 10 weeks of wasted time of now we just know the thing, go do it.
Oh, there was no way I would take
Yeah.
that long. Like,
Well,
it's like if I get it all done, I can implement it, and then we can just fuck it up along the way.
Yeah.
And then go into more detail when the module comes up for the week or whatever it is. Like,
Yeah. It's yesterday I messaged you and I was like, at midday when I had my lunch, I was like, I'm a fucking god. Like,
Yeah.
up at 5 on the treadmill, got 2 modules done, built my challenge. We had the 2 calls, had my pick it up coaching call with them. I was already at like 7,500 steps. I'm like, I'm fucking unstoppable. About 1:30, I was just like, I've made a grave error. I don't think I'm going to make it to the end of the day. Like, fuck, I've still got another call, Q&A, check-ins.
Oh yeah, you do check-ins on Thursday.
Yeah,
That's rough.
and another 6,000 steps.
Yeah, that's rough.
But we made
That's
it.
rough.
I just had a 4th coffee.
Yeah. So you got 5 days?
Yeah.
how exciting.
Yeah. Keen.
We have the schedule for the photo shoot set out. I'm going to be hype girl in the background, all the BTSing for you.
Yep.
What are you... Okay, so going into your first photo shoot with someone you've never shot before. Have you even met before?
No.
Cool. So someone you've never met before, never shot with before. What are you most excited about, least excited about, and most proud of so far?
Most excited about... You guys know I don't really put myself front and center much.
Mhm.
So to do that's cool. That'll be fun. And like to have... Obviously originally it was like it was going to be just me and Mitch, and then I had someone coming to help, and I'm like, this would be cool, and like not close. Like this is going to be just me in an environment. Obviously that's progressed that now all three of you are going to be there. So it's like the squad's rolling, which is
Might
cool.
See me in the background.
You catch some shots. Damn, come over here.
Bring a camera. Here's $150.
So yeah, that I think most excited about is that just actually taking a moment and being like, all right, this is my hour, and then go back to just doing
the
you
thing.
guys do your thing
Doing the
for the
thing.
lifestyle shoot. I'll be down the back. Most nervous about. I don't know. I don't really feel nervous because like I was happy to do it a week ago.
Yeah.
Like the way I looked in the morning, if I was like, add some lighting, get a pump, add some carbs, like I'm happy with where we're at. And I've made exceptional progress since then. So it's just like, I don't really feel nervous. Maybe I will be on the day. The only thing that's in the back of my head is the posing, but I'm not nervous because Jace can be there.
Yeah.
So
So I
it's
literally
like-
can just fix your arms.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
like whatever on the spot. So
Yeah. So
it's like the meathead version of a stylist.
Mitch is really
exactly.
good at
exactly.
Mitch is really good at that shit too, though.
Yeah, so
thankfully.
he's got heaps of experience. Even like I sent him that warm up, he's like, "Oh, don't do your legs beforehand. You'll lose all the detail
Absolutely.
and stuff." I'm just like, "Okay, so yeah, I think there's enough heads in the room that it'll come together well for some hobby builder dad thing, whatever this version of me is."
Say it with your chest. Own it.
Yeah.
Own it.
What was the last question? There's three.
What are you most proud of with this photo shoot prep? Not the photo shoot, the prep.
Yeah. The prep, doing it with life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, still being, fuck. I'm tired, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah, just as work didn't go backwards. My relationships have moved forwards. Still there for my kid.
Yeah, cool.
Move on.
All right. Moving on. Yeah. What's going on with your training? Are you still cutting?
Yeah, so rude. No.
And I don't mean that as in
no,
like,
no. Yeah, yeah.
are you? Like, I mean,
Ugh.
yeah.
Yeah, so the last month has been like kind of fucking cooked. So the last week and a half, I've had to increase my calories because I got pneumonia.
I feel like
So
that just kind of like,
Of course you fucking did.
I feel like, did that just linger and you just never showed it?
yes, so
'Cause,
I
like,
was sick for 2 weeks.
Someone has pneumonia, usually you know about it.
Well, I was coughing on the work call on the Monday 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it just didn't sound like you'd smoked 3 packets of cigarettes.
Oh no, but
Yeah,
it
you know.
did. Like,
Are you hiding it then?
oh my god, I didn't
There
talk
was one
much.
call you just was mute.
I literally didn't talk for
Yeah.
on Monday. And then the Monday before, I was like, so after Jess's comp, so Jess had COVID on the Friday. It swept through the gym.
Cool.
I was sick. I was sick on the Saturday. Pulled myself together for Jess's comp on the Sunday. Came crashing on the Monday, and that was 2 weeks ago. And then it kind of lingered a little bit, and I was like, cool, I don't know what's going on. But then like the cough was like different, and I was like, I don't really know what this is.
Wispy.
Anyway, I sounded like I took Tren. It was cool. Wasn't strong enough though.
It just didn't get a
Just
penny.
kept checking the delts.
She's got none of the benefits and all of the
shitty
negatives.
side effects.
I got but like I already have like scarred tissue on my lungs because of lupus.
Oh, right.
So I get inflammation in my lungs really quickly, which Ben knows about because the second I start prepping for a
Yeah.
powerlifting meet, I'm like, hey, by the way, can't breathe on top sets.
That's like you can get inflammation on your lungs from various things, but once it's there, it's
It never goes.
It's
So-
irreparable.
yeah,
I've got
so-
a client the same.
Like the pockets in your, for everyone at home, because it's called pleurisy.
Yeah.
So like the little air pockets in your lungs, they fill up with fluid and then they overflow. But because they keep stretching, the tissue scars. And then it hurts to like breathe sometimes. So when I'm in a flare up, it feels like I've got a stitch the entire time I'm in a flare up. And that's like normal. And then everything started feeling a little bit weird. And I was like, oh, after the month I've had, I wouldn't be surprised if I went to a flare up again, to be honest with you. But I didn't, and then my lungs were hurting, so I went to the doctors and just with a little bit of just a stethoscope and an X-ray, a chest X-ray. So I got diagnosed with pneumonia. So I had to take some medication. So I did put my food up.
Yeah,
So
of
it's
course.
been like almost 2 weeks now. It's like I went up 1.5 kilos as soon as I put my food back up, but
Yeah, so you got jacked straight away. Hyper responder.
I didn't train this week. So I haven't trained since Saturday.
Yeah, that makes sense though. Like if you train, it's just gonna hang around.
She was literally like, it's really bad for your heart. Like you need to stop training.
Absolutely.
So I actually haven't trained since Saturday, which has been like a killer, but it meant I could pull through yesterday for like the weight plates and stuff, and I don't have a cough today.
Yeah, it's good.
So today's my first training session in a week, so I'm so excited. And then I anticipate by like Wednesday I'll drop my calories back down and then kind of go pretty aggressive until the end of January.
Yeah, nice. Have you ever had a prolonged break from the gym? Like you had a week off, but that's not enough.
I had Parker.
Oh
so
yeah, of course. Yeah.
I did. But the second I knew what I could do at home, so I did core and things like that at home. But even when I got clearance, I got under a barbell that day. But yeah, it's like six weeks.
Yeah, it's nothing forced.
Yeah,
like we did 4 weeks for the honeymoon. I don't think I trained at all.
Yeah,
because I think I maybe trained in London. I don't think so.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you would have been all right, though, because you're, like, distracted and shit, yeah? Could you take 4 weeks now? Fuck.
Yeah, and, like, we're probably doing 15,000, 20,000 steps a day. I wasn't sitting around.
Yeah. I need that dopamine.
I did my...
I died. Like, not training with Parker. Like, because I was like, I'm healthy, I'm fine. But I knew that I had to just be horizontal. Because even just being vertical, like, gravity is just not good when you're recovering.
Yeah.
And, like, that was killing me. The second I got clearance, I did it. But it was like... It was so hard because your brain's...
Wants to.
Yeah, I didn't have a holiday. I had a newborn, but newborns don't do anything.
Yeah, but I feel like you take a break when you're on holidays, like it's okay. I just
yeah,
mean, like,
100%.
If you got injured,
you mean that? Yeah, it's when you're forced to not go to the gym.
Yeah, it's like
you're stuck at home.
You've got to just have a. You can't go to the gym.
Yeah,
for whatever reason. It's like you're told not to go. It's like that's rough.
Like when people say like they've got a rib out, I had a visually sunken rib from the front and visually raised from the back. Yeah, that was years ago now.
What?
Yeah, you can see
sublax,
it. Yeah, sublax my rib.
That probably wasn't sublax, it's probably out.
Well, yeah, it was fuked. Put it that way.
It's like dislocated.
Okay.
And I remember like we were living in a double-story house at the time, so I was just like obviously just laying on the bed watching TV. And I'd see Amy pull up the driveway and just like walk to the top of the stairs and just lean over and be like, "Hey, please come play with me. I'm so bored." I couldn't work. I couldn't train. I reckon it was like 2 weeks that I couldn't. Maybe a week I couldn't train, and 2 weeks I couldn't train. 1 week I couldn't work.
Yeah,
and that was a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, bad.
Even flare up this year, like flare up. Injury with back, blah, blah. That's how I grew arms this year. Because when I couldn't move, I was just like, Delton arms seated.
Yeah.
Constantly. That's it. That's all I'm fucking doing.
So that's the secret, huh?
Signed a new client last night who's like, outwardly came to the call, like, I overtrain, I don't recover properly, I need someone to put the fucking reins on. And then is like, I'm getting breast augmentation surgery and I'm going to be back in the gym. She's like, I broke my leg, or I fucked my leg up, and I was supposed to be 10 days not standing on it, and I was in the gym in 3. I'm like, okay. She's like, so I think I can, like, go to the gym after a week. I'm like, you certainly can't.
I don't think so.
You'll still be on your back after a week.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that based on experience.
So I'm like, okay. It's just hilarious, like, how
I love the mindset,
you
though.
want to get back. Yeah, I'm excited as, like...
Because
the
they
perfect client, but
those timelines I would say are somewhat just generic.
Yeah, and
so
if you're
eating some people that
if you're eating like 2.5 grams protein per kilo, you're healthy. I swear there's something to. I've never looked it up or tried to figure it out, but having exceptionally high protein turnover rates has some effect, like just in life, has some effect on recovery.
Yeah, it must.
Like every surgery, even birth, like just weird shit that happens. People that train and eat lots of protein continuously seem to just like.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's like, they've done research on like burns victims and
Yeah.
people out of surgery and stuff like that, and they're like, these people need like 30% more protein and whatever. So like I'm not going to quote definitive numbers because I don't remember. I don't remember reading like the exact text, but there's definitely something to like supporting your body with like whatever nutrition it's going to need to accelerate healing.
I feel like it's more than that though. Like it's like your body's used to regeneration.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So like you're breaking down tissue and repairing it every single day.
It's probably just in a state, but it's probably it's most likely in an optimal state for regeneration. So it's not like it's used to it. It's just running at full capacity.
Have the ability to do it.
It's running at a capacity that because like we're not breaking down, but you are you're providing elements of accelerated breakdown during training and stuff. So it's natural for us to offset that.
Yeah.
And
with
then
nutrition.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then when you get you have an injury or whatever it is, even getting a treatment. Like I've had people like treat and then a couple of days later come back and they're like, this tissue's like so much more tactile. Like you shouldn't respond that quickly.
Yeah.
Or, and they message you and they're like, oh, how do you feel? And I'm like, bro, I'm at the gym.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the fuck? Like if I treated someone with that hard, like you would be out for a week. And I'm like, yeah, but
I do this.
It's just stress all the time. Like your body's like just, stressor, recover, adaptation, move on. Yeah. And that's only happening because you support to fulfill the demands between stressor
think it's just
and adaptation.
Just a supply-demand thing, not a optimized systemic thing that you're just good at recovering in general?
No. Both of them are a manifestation of the same thing, though.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So it's someone who can't recover quickly is most likely not fulfilling the recovery demands for whatever the task is, or
calories, protein, sleep.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then it's like if you've got a fitter system, better circulation, huge when it comes to recovery, right? So if your aerobic conditioning is like suboptimal, your movement day to day is suboptimal. Yeah. Huge limitations, limitations in circulation. So I think there's a lot to just the overall fitness and non-sedentary lifestyle of the person. Yeah. And then it's like you take someone who's like got an exceptional level of muscle mass, they're already strong, got good bone density, and they have great nutrition. Yeah. They're always going to, like, you can't not accelerate your healing compared to someone who's the opposite,
Do you guys, so you've recently had a back flare up?
Well, earlier this year, yeah. Yep.
Yours was the hip recently. What's your so I didn't tell anyone because I was just pretending it didn't happen. Really hurt my shoulder on Monday.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, this is a problem.
Yeah, I love to pretend injuries don't happen.
Yeah. I finished the session and everything. I'm like, this doesn't hurt. It's fine. The next day I went to externally rotate. I'm like, oh, okay, this is not good. So changed my week around, moved my leg day a day earlier, moved my rest day to do cardio when I would have trained, and then did back yesterday, and I was like 8 out of 10.
I'm like Wolverine.
We're fucking good. Yeah. We're good. But I was real nervous. So I'm curious, what you guys do in terms of protocol. So, first recommendation was like just anti-inflammatory bomb straight away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Have a nurse for a housemate. She's like, I can get like, if I need it, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
But my response is, my current, I guess, positioning is blood flow, inflammation drives blood flow. Blood carries the shit you need for the recovery.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
So ice and reducing the inflammation, unless you need to use it right now.
Correct.
It's
the opposite of what you want.
It's counterintuitive, yeah.
So I use like an ice gel straight after, and got Amy to just beat the shit out of it. It's like, I don't know if this is just tightened up or it's fucked. Just beat it up. If it gets worse, it's fucked.
Yeah.
Okay. And then just left it, and like the night before I was going to train, so would have been like 48 hours, maybe a bit longer.
Yeah.
60 hours. Heat pack. And it got better. And I was like, okay, that's a good sign. Next morning, heat pack train.
Yeah.
Are you guys still like anti-inflammatory ice
kind
of deal? Or you just like let it do its thing, as much movement as possible?
So I did my back really, really well earlier this year. Thank you. No, I'm such a firm believer in just like do everything you can around it that doesn't aggravate the pain. When you recover well. Make sure, obviously food stays on point. sleep as best as you can,
Mm.
yada, yada, yada. But
Yeah.
like, even though I couldn't pull from the floor, I would just still RDL on those days. Or I would
We have
block.
block pulls, right?
I had block pull once I could reach
Yeah.
my shins.
Yes, you just worked in a trainable range of motion.
Yeah.
that you
So
had.
I didn't stop training at any point whatsoever.
Do you have movement rehab?
No, it was so the osteo that I went and
Yeah.
saw, he was just like, cool, warm up wise, keep your hinges in there, keep doing all of that, and just like get the blood flow to the area and keep it warm. Like,
Yeah, keep priming the movement
Well,
too.
Agreed.
and
yeah.
he wasn't like, yeah, he was like, cool, just do everything you can. You have no choice. You have a comp in 10 weeks.
Yeah, we're doing it.
You're not pulling out of this comp and you'll
Yeah.
still progress. Just if you have to start from the top instead of from the bottom on your deadlifts, you do that.
Yeah.
And then you just go to a range that works for you.
Mhm.
I was like, great. Pulled 130 a few, like, it was like 6 weeks
Yeah.
after doing it. And I couldn't tie my shoe up for
Yeah.
3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Legitimately couldn't
Yeah.
put my own socks on, and I've never done that. I don't really get, I can't even say touch wood, but like, I haven't been,
I was gonna say careful what you say.
yeah,
man.
yeah. Like,
It
I've
hasn't
been,
happened that often.
I've been very fortunate
Yeah.
that I
strong.
did, I did that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What you guys were saying about,
Anti-fragile.
Yeah, that's it.
anti-fragile.
Robust.
well, what you guys were saying about the recovery before, but you guys were having a good yap, so I was just watching. Kirsty had her 6-week post-op checkup.
Amazing.
Yeah. So she's like so fine with me talking about it. So Kirsty had like some skin removal surgery after losing 70 kilos. And
Amazing transformation. We have to
Have
have
her
her
on.
on
Yeah.
to talk about
she
that.
would
Yeah.
absolutely love that. So she had her post-op appointment. She looks incredible, by the way.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Changed her entire fucking life. Had her post-op appointment, and because she had so much muscle to begin with, like she was such an anomaly. They had never done surgery on somebody that was strong,
Yeah.
that had maintained this weight loss, that had done it naturally. There were no pills, there was no lap band surgery,
yeah.
there was nothing. Like literally, she's like one of one.
Yeah.
That's
One of one.
amazing.
Like, and
She's got so much muscle, man.
so much
Like,
muscle.
I saw her hamstrings at the photo shoot,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Yeah.
"What the fuck,
It's insane,
like,
dude.
Leg strike. Like I was like, this is a lot of muscle. on
Yeah.
this lady.
Can you imagine having
Very
striated?
impressive.
Because like Kirsty's tall, like
Yeah.
she's like 6 foot.
Taller than me, yeah.
Yeah. I think Kirsty's like she's above 5'10".
Yeah.
Taller than all of us.
Yeah.
So and she's a power lifter, so her like weight is public as well. She lost 10 kilos in this last cut that we did, her last tidy up. But so Kirst was sitting at like 90 kilos at the photo shoot. So 90 kilos with striated hamstrings.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Bitch, that is cooked.
That's a lot of muscle.
That's
yeah.
like insane. And her recovery has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
So she's already been given clearance to go back to the gym. The only thing that her surgeon said, she's like, her surgeon's a G. She's so great. She's like, look, go back for light movement, which I know isn't very light for you. So, you know,
still
we're
relative though.
yeah.
you
So
know?
she has a cut, like her scar goes from like her chest down and across at the bottom, just because like she was such a outlier with like how much she actually lost. And she's like, cool, like for the sake of the scar, like nothing too crazy. And she's like, and I know you lift really, really heavy, so give it another 6 weeks before you do the really, really heavy stuff. And I was like, but that's so great. Like
Yeah. Good
major,
doctor.
like a major surgery. And in 6 weeks, like she's still able to go back. And she's like itching.
It's a good doctor too. I got one of my girls lost when we lose like 15 kilos post. She had twins.
Nice.
Got everything kind of just pulled together.
Yeah.
And the doctor was the same. Just like same, like tracking all the data. We want to make sure that you're losing everything. And he had said to her like 8 weeks out, if you have it, go.
Yeah.
And so she came to me and she's like, okay, so he just said lose as much. The doctor's like, I don't care if you lose muscle, just fucking go. Like, this is it. She did not lose muscle because that's not the STCfit method. But sent it,
Absolutely.
That was
peeled more off. And then after the surgery, the recovery time, they were just like, fuck, this is exceptional.
that was the thing, like, because I hadn't done a push with Kirst for ages, like after jumping into powerlifting. And so when she's like, they've told me if I'm going to lose it, do it. And like, I think I said on the last podcast, I made her get a DEXA.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't think I can diet you anymore. I'm so sorry. But like,
Yeah.
I can count your hamstring fibers.
Yep.
I don't know where we're at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like
What's
this
actually
is
going on?
like what the hell is happening?
Yeah.
And it was like, which is also cool to be like 90 kilos as a woman, and she sat in the healthy body fat range on a DEXA.
That's sick.
That's good.
How cooked is that?
Yeah.
That is absolutely rancid. That is feral.
That's awesome.
It's great.
Sell my soul for that amount of muscle mass, you know?
Yeah.
But
You would be there for your
Healthy, for
for your
sure.
height.
Yeah.
I mean,
you would be up. You would be like up.
I would
over.
hope so.
Yeah.
I'm a little
Yeah.
fucking nugget now. I love it.
Jacked wombat.
Thank you.
So I'm also a jacked wombat.
Yeah.
I'm putting Jacked Wombat in my bio.
Jacked wombat life, man.
I want to, if we can, I just want to come back to that acute injury thing quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Because
No.
I think most people
just train through it is basically
I
what
think
we're trying to say.
most people just like take the anti-inflam. It feels okay, train,
Mm.
and then 6 weeks later still have the problem.
Yeah.
And it's like the ice and the anti-inflams is what you've been told forever. Maybe not the best strategy. Use available range, and then also like the pain is maybe a good thing. Like it's telling you when to stop. Does that make sense? Like that's your actual available range right now without making the problem worse. So what did you do with your hip? Outside of that.
No. I'm kidding. So I moved it a lot and I stood a lot.
Yeah.
Because I was like, if I sit too much, it's going to stiffen up.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I don't move the hub, so even if like you hurt your shoulder, like move your shoulder.
Yeah.
You hurt your neck, move your neck. You
Yeah.
know, they tell you all the time. So I walked a lot.
Yeah.
I stood a lot. Use my standing desk.
Yep.
Sorry. I foam rolled like the area around it. My glutes, my QL, my hamstring squats. And then honestly, like no word of a lie, I did the rehab stuff that Laura sent me many moons ago to fix a similar kind of thing when I did my back.
Yep.
So, you know, it was just these toes out with the bands and just, you know, Thomas test type deal with, you know, extensions on the ground. And like I did that every day and I was fucking sweet.
It was fun.
I thought I was going to have to move my leg workout. And by the time my leg workout came around, I was fucking
You're
sweet
sweet.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. No anti-inflammatories or anything, but I could gauge like the severity of it. So if it was a severe kind of injury, then move the session, go get some.
Yeah.
I mean, I spoke to Laura literally the day it happened.
Yeah.
I'm like, this hurts,
Yeah. Help.
you know, and this happened.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was like, just do this.
Do this. Yeah.
So I think the only thing I would add is like, if you get injured, like you like speak to your coach, and then if you have communication with your therapist, like try and speak to them straight away.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, like it's not as bad as you think.
Yeah. If you have a good one too, like you're going off on enough and you have a good enough relationship, like they'll give you advice without seeing you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, and then they assume you obviously you're going to go in and pay for a session as well. But like, you can hit them up and be like, hey, I've done this. I can't see you till Thursday. What do I do till then? You have to fucking sit there and carry it.
Yeah.
I think
But I think that the walking thing,
Movement is.
I don't know about you,
Medicine.
because I think you're driving steps as well. Fuck, my hip feels better. My back feels better.
Yeah.
So like I went to 15K from kind of averaging 11 probably. And it's hilarious. So it's my good shoulder. My right shoulder's always the one that's sticky and fucked. My left shoulder's the one that just decided I'm not playing anymore. So I actually usually swap my watch to my right arm when I walk with the pram and then push with my good shoulder and let my shit shoulder actually move when I'm doing the steps. I'm like, okay, so swap that. This shoulder moves in gait cycle all the time and I just push the pram with the other side. And yeah, same. Every walk I did, it felt better.
Yeah.
that's so good.
Movement is so important.
Yeah,
Well,
and then foam roller through the thoracic, spinal rotation, just like around the hub. Like there's no point getting on a band
absolutely.
and doing external rotations that are just painful. Just
Move
like
the whole
get
thing, man.
everything else to
Yeah.
move. And it's fine.
Well, I speak to like a lot of, because like at U Strong, it's a very different demographic of people that may not have great body awareness initially. So for us to be like, oh yeah, like if it's bad, like stop. But any
that
pain
mean?
is bad. So something that I speak to a lot of them about, it's particularly knees and back.
Yep.
That would be the most sore in that population. Not really shoulders that much.
Not massive enough.
How dare you? Yes, correct.
They actually probably,
No, they've got
probably wash their own backs.
demographic wise, like they got good shoulder mobility.
Yeah, they can actually wash their own backs, unlike us.
They've been carrying kids, you know.
Yeah.
Well, that's like part of like they'll be like, oh no, my back's feeling. we did deadlifts
Yeah.
and I'm feeling my back and I'm
Yeah,
like,
but
awesome.
what are you feeling?
Awesome.
What does that mean?
Like, or like, and then one of the ladies was like, oh, well, after I did 50 kilo RDLs last week, my back, like I could just feel it. So I'm just going to do 30 this week. And I was like, cool, let's unpack that.
Yeah.
So even when you're entering that range, like it's feedback. It's like it's an amber light, not a red light.
Yeah, of course.
Like, you know, when you do feel the pain, it's like, is it sharp?
Yeah.
Or are you just aware that there's something going on in the area as well? And that's like the feedback I like will kind of give them in that moment. Like, cool, is it a sharp, sudden pain? Like when I hit this spot, I have to drop what I'm doing. It's like an electric shock. Or is it, I can feel something going on.
Yeah. Or is it the same feeling you get in your quads, just in your erectors?
And that's like,
Which it's like,
Yeah, or the next day they're like, my back's sore. And then you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, just, you know how you get DOMs. They're like, oh, it just feels bruised. I'm like, oh, it's DOMs.
yeah.
Yeah.
I had a girl sign
It's
up
all
for
good.
PT, test her 3RM, get debilitating DOMs because this girl was like 55 kilos and pulled like 80.
Yeah.
And I was just like, we're just going to have to just test this. Like, you're so fucking strong.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is going to, like, I know you're not going to pull up well, but this is wild.
Yeah.
Went home, DOMs, like, couldn't really move and shit. 'Cause it's just like, imagine doing a leg day when you haven't trained for
Of
ages.
course.
Yeah.
And her parents are like,
You can't
you're not
do
going to
that.
the gym ever again.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
dangerous.
Wow.
I'm like, you have DOMs. Like, and then she went to a GP and the GP's like, don't ever deadlift again.
Yeah. Wow.
That's so cool.
Like, dude.
I had a so I trained a dude for his like comp session, signed him up PT, and then his first actual paid session, I call him and I'm like, hey bro, like where are you? You know, and he's like, oh, I'm not coming to the gym anymore. He's like, I cancelled it.
Yeah.
The gym membership. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Why? And he's like, I've got muscle soreness and I don't like it. And he's like, so I don't want to do it anymore. And I was like,
Okay.
okay, I can't talk you out of that one, bro.
I cannot. It's so wild.
Yeah.
And like, it's taking the fear out of pain.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, that's your brain's response. And if you've had an injury before, it's going to be alarm bells when you re-enter that range, even if it doesn't hurt you.
Yeah.
And like, I'll look at them dead in the eye and I'm like, I'm not gaslighting you right now, but you're not injured.
Yeah.
I'm not gaslighting you. You're fine. You're just going to keep
It's gonna
going.
be all right.
Yeah. And then they'll get to the end and they're like, oh my God, I feel so much better. I'm like, crazy.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Remember when I fucked up my tib?
Yeah.
I couldn't walk. Jace looking at me like 3 days out from comp. I couldn't walk. Like, I physically couldn't put weight on my leg. Jace is like,
Is it
are
worth,
you still competing?
is it
Like,
worth it, bro?
Yeah. It's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And it was the same, just like lying banded hamstring curls, walking. It was like, so this is a different protocol because I had to have it ready for an event. Was
Do not try this.
cold, heat, move, cold, heat, move on repeat, 20 minutes of each, basically while I wasn't asleep. And I, went from not being able to stand to squatting 230 in 5 days.
Yeah, it's insane.
Wild. So yeah, movement's good.
God.
Yeah, movement's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, let's get some questions in.
Let's
Question
fucking go.
time. All right.
I just got a message saying that my friend had a baby, by the way, guys. That's why my phone's been out.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Congratulations.
Yes.
What are the names? Oh, no, can't disclose that. Congratulations anyway.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right, next question.
she hasn't announced it, so I'm like,
Congratulations to that person.
congratulations on your little
Dude,
girl.
let's go this question. What's one thing you don't do enough of that you should in your training? Ooh, there we go.
Calves.
Oh, yeah.
Why? Why do you need them?
What do you mean? Are you serious?
I'm joking.
Jace is so offended.
I'm joking.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
You don't do enough carbs. Yeah, fair. No ambitions to...
I'm prioritizing all legs after the shoot.
Yeah, cool. I'll help you out. What's one thing?
Saturday's going to be leg day, just so you know.
Okay, I'm busy on Saturdays now.
What's something I don't do enough of in my training?
Or even just like, what's something you don't do enough of? Because it says training,
All
but let's
of
just
it,
do the, like, you know.
I
like
don't sleep enough.
The pursuit to getting the results.
I don't sleep enough.
Yeah.
Sleep is my downfall, but
Is that like you just can't get the hours in though, or you like, you know, if you put a bit of work in, you could get the hours in?
Depends on the day. Like on the days that I don't have, like on the nights that I don't have Parker,
Yeah, fair. That's what I mean,
I'm significantly better at it. But when I got Parker, like he goes to bed at like 8:30 if he has a nap, because he's like in the middle of dropping his only nap a day. So if he has a nap, he's not going to bed till 8:30.
God damn it.
Yeah, he goes to bed at 8:30, and then after 8:30, I am cleaning, prepping for the next day, doing all of that
Just run
shit.
out of time.
It gets to 11 o'clock, and then I'm like, cool, my alarm's at 5, and he'll wake up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's just been 3 years though.
Yeah.
So I don't sleep, but
That's a hard one to like
I just
control, I guess.
I feel like I don't complain about sleep though. I'm like, oh, I picked this. So
Yeah. Some people like actually get by with like a lower amount of sleep comparative to other people. It's
You guys-
very broad.
the first 8 weeks of opening you strong, where I was running every single class, I didn't want to talk to you guys about what my sleep looked like. I was running on adrenaline for the last 3 weeks. So when
I feel like you run on adrenaline in
99%
general.
of the time. Yeah.
Well, look, you
is-
run on something,
it is
and I want some.
It is just like permanent high. I actually like it's really started to dawn on me. I think it's just like a personality thing, because I
It must
swear
be.
to God, like I never like
Just maximum energy.
all the fucking
all the
time,
time.
and I don't get
More
tired.
energy.
So you don't
More
need
energy.
so you don't need the sleep. So it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm doing okay.
You're
But
still jacked.
What's
you
your
can get
minimum
shredded.
viable sleep?
Me, 6 hours, and even then I'm a bit like,
6 is low, bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
6.
I used to I would notice if I dipped under, like pre-kid, 9 every night.
Yeah. No, the 6 is like if I get that, like
this is killing.
I could fight someone that day though. Like I'm
Yeah,
bad.
you're struggling.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
I'm eyes
No, so
burning.
like, what's your, like, I could get through a week on,
like probably 7.
yeah.
But I always sleep 8 hours or 7
Yeah.
or 8 hours. It depends, because sometimes I wake up at 4 a.m. and stare at the roof for a bit. So
Yeah.
but I find when those mornings, like when I do that, I'm like, I should just get the fuck up.
Just do
Yeah,
the thing.
every
Rather than
time.
forcing myself back to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no point going through a whole sleep cycle to,
Yeah.
and
Feel
then
trash.
or get cut halfway through it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll just get up.
Yeah.
So-
Maybe stay in bed till 5, so it's a respectable time to get out of bed. Because
Yeah.
Mav starts like, oh, it's fucking time for a walk. Like, let's fucking wake everybody up in their house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've noticed that it's moved from, it used to be like 8.5 was like, I would notice.
Yeah.
Now I'm like 7 to 7.5. I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm a much better functioning person on 8. Like, and if we get anything
I'm sure
below,
I am too.
if we get anything below 6, like
It's a problem.
Steph's always like, just there's like a radius around me, and she's always like, even if we have to travel, there's a couple of times when we're on holidays and like we got like 4 or 5 hours, and like I'm just like sitting there with this like frown on my face,
I'ma
like
kill everyone.
just naturally,
Yeah.
because I was just my body was just like, this hurts, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah, I need sleep, and she's always just like, it's okay, babe.
Time in bed. Like I try to get 6 hours. Like depending on the day, depending on what my alarm's doing in the morning and whatever.
Arms are fucking built different, man.
Bro, last week
I'm pretty sure like that's a thing
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
last week, so I wasn't able to get to sleep, and if I had coughing fits in my sleep, so I was awake for like an hour and a half at a time overnight.
Yeah.
For the last couple of weeks. This is disgusting to verbalize, because it tells me how long in bed versus
So
how
this
long
is,
I sleep.
This is confession for us.
It's a safe face.
3.5 to 5 hours of sleep
Yeah.
with pneumonia. Like
Yeah.
the last week has been horrendous, which is also why I'm like looking every day. I would wake up. I'm like, should I train today? Sleep 4 hours. Probably not, hun.
No.
Yeah. Well, there's like
Point of
you've
diminishing
gotta-
returns.
Yeah.
There's a point where it's just not worth it.
So,
I'm pretty sure like
but
under
5
that.
5 to 6 hours, 5.5 to 6.5 hours. I'm like flying off the handle. Like I'm fine.
That's the equivalent of having like 3 beers. Like
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
It's
Like, yeah,
it's
just-
kind of like
which is crazy when you think about cognition wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
like-
know
Even
that
the
I'd be
sleep
better.
wake time impact stuff's wild.
Mm.
So it only needs to move an hour.
Yeah.
If your sleep wake time moves an hour on either side, either direction. So if you're used to getting 8 and you get 6, you're like,
Yeah.
it's something like 20% cognition or something decrease.
Yeah, imagine what a
fucking wild.
weapon I could be.
You create like jet lag and shit.
It's fine. I entertain a child all day. I don't know how I do it sometimes, but I know that I can be better. But it's just like you just pick.
Yeah.
You just pick your poison. Am I just gonna not have my food done for the day?
Yeah.
What's gonna benefit me more?
Yeah.
Half an hour of extra sleep, or having everything set up and not taking an hour and a half to cook
Yeah,
throughout
just
the day?
Get it done.
Like,
You make the judgment call.
100%.
What's this is not a really good loaded question, but anyway, we'll make it more specific. What's one piece of advice you can give someone who is struggling to hit their goals. They, it sounds like this person's like hit a plateau, or they're just not getting what they want. What's one piece of advice that you can give that person?
Be honest about your inputs.
Yeah.
You're not doing the
Yeah, because we're assuming these people are like working out,
Yeah.
regularly. They're putting the work in. They're just not really getting where they need
Put
to.
an end
Yeah.
date. Put an end date to something.
Put an end date. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I think when you're feeling lost,
You need
it's so easy to.
urgency.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
if you can zone in on one, it may not be the end goal, but like something really specific in a semi-short term. Stack the wins. Dedicate yourself a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would probably be the easiest, and then you can be honest with yourself
Yeah.
in that.
So I would say, be honest with your inputs. Are you actually? Those little bits of food here and there that weekend that's not tracked, those few drinks, that's the step target that you just didn't quite hit, the workout that was a little bit pissy, or you skipped, or whatever. Like, have a look at the last month. Are you actually dotting I's and crossing T's? I think that's the biggest thing I've learned from this cut, is how you can sit at like 75, 80%.
Yeah.
Really comfortably, and it be kind of easy and still get results.
Yeah, the results are like mid.
The gap of doing that extra 10% work,
Yeah.
the exponential outcomes that come with that is wild.
Yeah.
So I think first, do that. Then if you're like, nah, motherfucker, I'm doing the thing, your plan sucks.
Oh, I'm so excited for January listening to you talk like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So review the plan.
Yeah.
Then make changes based on objective data, because you have everything that you need.
Yeah.
What
yeah,
about you,
that's it.
Chase?
I would say the same thing. Refine the data. Make sure you're tracking things. Because again, it's like if you're struggling to get results, it's like, what are the results that you want?
Yeah.
Because most people don't. They go into things with these really general,
It's a feeling.
I want to lose weight. I want to lose, and it's like how much? What's the end goal? What do you want to look like? How much muscle do you want to be? How much strength? So know definitively what those numbers are, and track metrics that are going to allow you to decipher. Because a lot of people don't. Because they don't track anything, they don't know they're making progress.
Yeah.
And then one, they don't know if they are, which is good to know when you are, because it affirms the shit you're going to do.
Yeah.
And then the second thing is when things aren't working, you can go to the drawing board, which has all of the numbers.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, this is the change that we're going to make. So I would say, on top of the things that you guys said, just clear on the outcome, track your data.
Quite often it's a feeling-based response, right?
Correct.
I don't feel like I'm losing weight. I don't feel like I'm progressing. So what's the data say?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That was
really fucking G up. I want to go train now.
Really well answered.
I'm like, okay, cool. Can like next week come so I can just absolutely fucking send it?
This is a good one. Do you need to follow a program to get results?
No.
Do you need to follow a program?
It depends. I think there needs to be a somewhat plan, but I know people that are very good at what they do on a global scale that don't have a program.
No.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Okay.
How many people go to CrossFit boxes and do random workouts 5 days a week and look unreal?
Yeah, absolutely. I think
It's nuanced, but
Are you more likely to get injured? Are you more likely to have stagnant periods and plateau and not make the progress in the areas you want? Without a program, 100%. Can you get results? Sure.
Yeah, I agree. I think that like you can bake a cake without a recipe.
Yeah,
but
it's probably better if you have one.
It'll just be more consistent.
Yeah.
And better overall if you have the recipe. Hence, like same with your workouts. The workouts are going to be better if you have a plan.
Yeah.
You can set it out across the week. You can plan mentally, even just like with your nutrition and stuff. This is a bigger workout. I'm going to make sure I have like a heap of carbs before leg day, for example. And then, no different to like how you would build a house. You build a house off a plan. I don't think people are going to build good houses without a plan. Yeah. So when you're trying to build a physique, a strong, lean-looking physique, having a plan sets you up for success. So it's not like you can't, but it's like if you're somebody who wants to put your time, your effort, and maximize your return, having the plan gives you that.
Yeah. I think the other consideration of the program is the wins. It's I did the extra rep, I did the extra kilo, I progressed on last week. The anxiety of going in and knowing what to do, having the direction. I think psychologically there's exponential benefits as well, not just
absolutely
lab coat on. If you progressively overload week to week,
if you just train to failure, like you'll get results, which is like absolutely fine. But it doesn't. Training like that doesn't lean into like the mindset of a high achiever either, though.
Agreed.
Because they're habitual. They plan. Like attention to detail is like literally a characteristic that they all possess. So they're wanting to know this is the sequence.
Yeah.
This is the day of the week. I'm at my work, finishing up. I'm going to do this. I'm going to have my meal. I'm going to get my workout done. Like all of those things lead into the personality of someone who's trying to maximize their return.
Yeah.
And again, it goes back to that thing before. There are elements of a program that can be getting in the way, or maybe some of the reasons why someone's hitting a bit of a plateau. So again, what are your numbers? We can go back to that drawing board within the program and go, this is the reason we're feeling this way. This is the reason we're not progressing.
Yeah.
And then, on top of that, it's stack and wins. So, momentum is everything, right? So, if you're stacking wins in your training, let's be real, everything flows better when you're nailing it in the gym.
Yeah. Literally.
You want to stick to your diet better. You want to put your recovery measures in. You want to do your cardio. Like you
just feel like a better person.
You just be better. Like you're training for us and the people that are probably on this podcast, like is the cornerstone of like where all of the positive, I guess, movement comes from after that.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you want to know that you're doing well?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to have something to document to be like, I'm fucking killing it?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Sorry, the caffeine kicked in.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Jason woke up. It's been 60 minutes.
You guys have been holding the fort for the whole time. It's been good.
You guys have been killing it.
The learn episode would be good.
I've just been sitting here in the corner. You guys are slaying.
The whole next episode is
usual. Is there anything that physique athletes / strength athletes do that you find is not valuable for their goals? So you think
too much specificity, too much intensity year round.
So for
a strength athlete,
so people pursuing strength, so squat, bench, deadlift,
too heavy, too often, too specific, too much.
Yeah.
And they don't actually put time in. So essentially, if you look at so we're terming it athlete, right? Which in my head means you're going to do a test of performance, whether that's in the gym doing triples, on the platform doing singles, whatever. There's going to come a time where you're going to test your outcomes.
Yeah.
Usain Bolt doesn't go out and run 100 meters over and over and over again to be the best at running 100 meters. He does other shit to increase his potential for speed to run the 100 meters in 9.4 or whatever he does it in. Same for training. In a strength pursuit, you are spending most of your time improving your potential for strength.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Your muscle, your control, your stability, required mobility, nothing more, and your neural, call it efficiency. Really, it's inefficiency.
Yeah.
You're trying to improve all of those things. They're not, that all of those boxes aren't being ticked doing low bar triples 52 weeks a year.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So more time building potential strength, then express it when you need to.
Yeah.
Not expressing strength for Instagram 48 weeks a year and then taking a recovery after you comp.
Absolutely.
I will pretty much double down on that. Mine 100% is taking an off season. I've had a few athletes come through that have never had time away from the comp variations of their lifts, let alone from the barbell itself.
Mm-hmm.
So wondering why the niggles don't stop and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Brother, my shoulders and wrists would hurt as well if I go from barbell bench to barbell back squat every week, 52 weeks a year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, taking the time for strength athletes to have an off season and actually treat their training and nutrition like a physique athlete, aim to recomp, increase their muscle mass. The bigger the cup, the more water it can hold. Mm-hmm. Increase your muscle size, increase your potential for strength. Do all of that. And then you're going to get stronger and you're going to get better at expressing that strength in the comp variations.
Yeah.
So, doubling really down on what Ben said.
There's one other thing that I'd layer in there, and that's missing out on aesthetic progression.
As
and
in
a lot of powerlifters don't like to admit this because a lot of them don't want to commit to the pursuit of it, or they feel like if I pursue an aesthetic goal that says something negative about me. Every single powerlifter I've ever worked with, when they look better, get excited.
Yeah.
So if you're just beating the shit out of yourself, the numbers aren't moving on the barbell, you're frustrated, you got niggles, you got how long are you staying in the game for? Versus let's go do an off season, and all of a sudden you get like, Ben, look at my back. Ben, look at my I have quads. Look at my glute. Like,
And the shoulders from
like-
not doing lateral raises through the
Yeah.
8 weeks of a
and it's
powerlifting
like
program.
all of a sudden motivated to train.
Yeah.
Effort goes up. Excitement's back. I fucking love going to the gym again. Like you were saying before, nutrition's better, recovery's better, sleep's better, adherence is better. So I think missing out on an opportunity to look better, which in my experience, everyone I've ever worked with, and let me be honest, I came from a physique background and I attract people that want to look and lift. So maybe that's my own little echo chamber, but I'm 100% success rate. When people look better, they perform better.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
What
love
about
that.
you with physique athletes specifically? Or bodybuilders? Let's go.
What they do that don't seem valuable? Chasing strength too much.
Yeah.
There just becomes a point. Like, it's good to be strong to lift a large amount of weight, and expose your muscles to large degrees of tension. But there just becomes a point where pursuing any more strength than that is not valuable at all.
Yeah, agreed.
And then, you see them doing, like, I get it. You get into training, you like the pursuit of strength and you want to see how much you can lift. It's just, it's dangerous. You're not peaked for it.
Yeah.
You're just running the risk of injury and there's really no benefit to it by your ego. So I think anything around that 3 reps, 2 reps, 1 rep is just like not really that valuable.
Yeah.
And then I would just say, just like the hyper fixation on, like isolation, like even like within isolation, it's like really hyper isolated exercises. Like everyone's just moving away from like staple compound movements because, there's evidence and a model to help these people like, kind of portray that you have to be stable to get the most stimulus. It's like, I've brought some really big compound movements back into the training programs for some of my boys and girls, and I'm getting really good fucking results with them.
Yeah.
And I think it's because now they're big, they're strong, they have good mind-muscle connection, which is just skill.
Yeah.
So now when you bring them back to the barbell, they are working really efficiently.
Yeah.
And like what's bad about acute situations where you can brace and internally stabilize your body? Like, it's still going to have a really good transient effect across everything.
Yeah.
Someone asked me the other day, like, what food are you most excited about post-cut? And I was just like, more rice.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the same for training. Like, what I'm most excited about of having a recovery capacity is to do them again. Because it's like I've slowly over the last 8 to 10 weeks just moved away from the barbell because it's like just it's not there.
It's a natural progression though, because
Agreed.
People don't understand. It's not that you're a pussy. Your joints lose the protection inside them. Like there's fat pads in your joints, and like you've got fat around your joints and your muscles are depleting of glycogen. You've just got less support.
Yeah, I'm just like, I know my output is limited by this exercise, so I'm going to do a different exercise that my output's not limited for.
Absolutely.
Fucking send it. And then as soon as my program's already basically written in my head because there's all the shit that I haven't been able to do.
Yeah.
So I think, that concept makes a lot of sense, getting back into those big compounds. I would add, I'm curious what your thoughts are for male lifters, but for females, it's definitely not staying in surplus for long enough.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, I'm probably just in my own echo chamber because, like, I've attracted a group of
your girls have all done it lately.
Strong women who are committing to their build, and I've got one at the moment. She was like, I feel a bit slow, a little bit uncomfortable, and she looks amazing. Yeah, right. And I'm like, you are in this spot right now that we need to just mitigate that feeling. Because I said, if you want that picture where it's like, holy fuck, that's me. I'm like, we just have to stick in this for a little bit longer. Yeah. And I was like, I'm not just gassing you up for no reason. I'm like, you look strong. Yeah. Like, you look the way you perform. But I'm like, I know you want to chip and we can get a lot out of this. So, it's just getting her to understand that. And then feedback was just like, oh, that's makes so much sense. Yeah. And I'm happy to dig a little bit longer because I'm like, most girls get to, I feel. And I'm like, but you look great. Yeah. So if we can mitigate the feel, let's make the meal smaller. Let's look at, the types of food to make sure the digestion's better. Because most of the time, like, they still stick to foods that are what they typically eat when they're cutting. High fiber,
Yeah, that's rough.
high food volume.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like you're so ingrained. It's so
Yeah.
ingrained for so long as a woman. Like diet, small.
Yeah,
Eat these
avoid
foods.
avoid sugar,
People-
avoid calorie dense foods.
Yeah.
People still eating Spud Light in their surplus and shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
and eating it with the skin
why
on
do-
too.
Yeah.
why do you want 700 grams of? It
Yeah.
sounds good until
It's
you're doing
not.
it all the
Not.
fucking time.
Absolutely. And then they walk around.
distended.
Yeah, and it's like, the fourth week of every month
Yeah.
on top of that.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like shit.
Yeah, of
And
course
you do.
so
Yeah.
trying to move all that down, add a little bit of cardio,
Yep.
small movement throughout the day between meals and shit.
Yep.
And then, like she's going to have that wow
Yeah.
factor because she's spent more time building than losing.
Yeah. So if you would agree though, across population of female physique focused, surplus
absolutely.
is not enough. Do you think men are the opposite? They accept too much body fat because they feel big?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even just chasing calories. Like I've done a lot of looking into just how much of a surplus you actually need to drive muscle adaptations, like muscle hypertrophy. And it's like, man, when you look at it, it's not that much. Like even
5%.
like 100, 200 calories.
Yeah.
And then the subject groups that go beyond that, like just put more fat on, but not
Yeah.
the same amount of muscle. So for the boys, it's like you got to kind of remove them from the mindset of like the body weight going up rapidly is like a gauge of success.
Yeah.
Realistically, protein has to be high, between 2 and 3 grams,
Yeah.
generally, and then the calories need to match the maintenance level of the person, and then you just can chip a little bit. The adjustments you have to continue to make is like as the person gets heavier, their maintenance calories changes.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But we're talking like
Not much.
minuscule changes. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Talking like, I don't know, 5-10 grams of carbohydrates a week or something along those lines, right? So for the boys, it is a feeling, but it's a different feeling.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
love the feeling of
Filling
the
out.
t-shirt feels,
Yeah.
because I can even feel it in this. I'm like, fuck, man, I feel like I'm swimming in this
I'm
thing.
the same, yeah.
Where like
I hate it.
you just want the size,
Want it to hang.
but you don't care if like you're adding on half a kilo a week.
Yeah.
And realistically, even just looking at like rates of synthesis to put muscle on,
Yeah.
like that's just too much.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
get half a kilo rump steak,
Yeah.
put it out on the
Build
plate,
that
and
week.
it's like you're putting that on in a week,
Not a
brother.
chance.
One
Yeah.
thing. One
About 2 grams a week.
Every week.
Yeah.
Every week too.
I feel like the intervention is the same, but just for totally different reasons. I know you don't sort of use measurements, but I'll put in a waist measurement benchmark for the girls to be like, I promise I won't make you fatter than this.
Yeah.
And it's usually less than when we started. So like 90% of the time, girls that come in want to get leaner first.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, we've just pulled your waist measurement down by 6 centimeters. Are you willing to be 3 centimeters smaller than when you first started? Yeah, of course. All right, well, that's our cap. So if you were 80, if you had a 70 centimeter waist and we pulled you down to 63, we're going to allow you to get to 66.
Mm.
And then we'll do a mini cut and go again. Are you comfortable with that? Yep. And that's just buy-in for them to be like, he's not going to make me fat.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And then for the boys, it's like, so I've just got to 78.5. And in my head on the way out, I'm like, 80 is the number.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If I get my waist to 80, you're starting to get fat, bro. You're not building muscle. And that might be a mini cut and go again.
I think, yeah, something that will always like repeat in my head and something like that you always say is to stop being so proud of how many calories you eat, whether you're in a cut or in a surplus.
Yeah.
Like,
Just eat
stop
what you need to.
bragging that you can cut on 20, like as a female, 2,200 calories. Cool, that's fine. Some people actually need fucking 1,300 for certain periods of time. And,
Yeah.
you know, in extreme preps and blah, 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 even less than that.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
it's like, stop wearing your calorie intake as a badge of honor. As a,
pretty often that they need less than that. Like, there's a lot of little humans getting around.
I
I'm,
got girls 48 kilos,
Yeah.
bro. So if you
Yeah.
want to lose weight,
Yeah.
like you go
I-
calories per kilo,
Mm-hmm.
a lot, when you get down to 20 calories a kilo.
Yep.
it's not like, yeah, and that's like, that opened my eyes because you have these like, even as a coach of women, like you have these safe zones in your head and then you start getting lower towards that 1,500 and you're like, oh, well, too low.
Yeah, it's like, that's bad.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, no, like depends on the person.
Yep.
And then for, I guess, the men in the instances we're talking, cool, enjoy your 4,500 calories a day, brother. Like depending on the person and the situation and the lean body mass and all the things. But it's like, you probably don't need that much. And there's a reason why every time you cut, you're like, oh, well, shouldn't get that fat next time.
Yeah, you'll never hear me say, like, project now, like, one of my boys,
Calories,
like, eats 6,800 in his, there's like 900 grams of carbs a day.
Yeah.
And
That
then even
makes
now,
me physically ill.
even now, he's like, first fat loss push, 3,800 calories in like 3 weeks, dropped like 5 kilos.
Yeah.
But you'll never hear me say it because
Yeah.
he's 128 kilos
Yeah. And
of
a
muscle.
mutant.
Yeah, and he's walking and moving and shit. I'm just
Yeah.
like, no, he's just like it. At the end of the day, everyone has a range, and it's most likely going to be from like the 50, 55 calorie kilo mark downwards to the 20 calorie kilo mark. So then you're just relatively distributing that to the person. So that's where you don't really get into this like, oh, this person is on too low of calories. It's like you've got a bit of a range to work with.
Yeah.
And then you just apply that to the person.
Yeah.
So Susan, who's 48 kilos, if she's at 20 calories a kilo, like that's going to be like 960 calories, for example. Like it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, it's not fine. It's just you won't do that for a period of time
It just
Yeah.
is.
to elicit an outcome. And I could do 20 calories a kilo, which I am, and it's like I'm eating 1,800. So it's like, so that's okay for me because it's 1,800, but it's not okay for Susan because it's 980 calories.
Yeah,
It's
well,
like, that doesn't make any sense. And
Yeah.
I'm getting really good results.
Yeah.
Maybe she could too if she just did it for 2 to 4 weeks and then you had the capacity and the skill set to acutely manage her fatigue.
Fatigue and stress. Yeah.
It's
Just turn it.
it's definitely the lack of understanding, and it's like the only reason. So yes, we're saying it's okay for a certain period of time, but like for Susan or for Stacy listening, that's like, okay, cool, well, I'm gonna chuck it down to, because that's 1,200 calories for me, like at my body weight, like just
Which you get peeled on.
Yeah.
fucking January, let's fucking go. But it's understanding that the amount of nutrients that your body is able to have in that period of time is the reason why you can't do that long term. And I think people forget that it's like, doesn't matter how well you eat during that period. And that's also why people often feel better in a cut. They're like, well, I feel really good and my calories are really low. Yeah, babe, because you added fucking vegetables to your meals.
Yeah.
Like you added
Yeah.
vegetables and
You're stacking all of the good foods in your diet.
right.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I guess them understanding that, the cognitive effects, the lack of recovery, the lack of actual food you can actually get in to do the things it needs to do nutrient wise. Like that's why you can't do it long term.
Absolutely. And look, without this going on much longer, because we do have to wrap things up, it's not a lifestyle.
My stomach just rumbled
That's
really
you,
loud.
right. I wasn't sure who that was.
Yeah. Hello there,
That's
Sonny.
effort.
It's not a lifestyle. And that's the problem. So when people have these apprehensions around it, they're like, oh, and coaches do a lot. It's like, I can't. It's like, you absolutely can.
Yeah.
It's just that you have to make sure that this person understands they're not going to live this way.
Yeah.
Correct.
Managing nutrition through calorie and macro control is the lifestyle. Yeah. The selection of calories and macros isn't the lifestyle. The lifestyle is the management factor. Yeah. So where the people say like, yeah, but you can't sustain that. Of course you can't fucking sustain the deficit. It's a deficit.
No one can sustain a fat loss diet.
So
No.
the lifestyle you're learning is to manage your energy balance and your macronutrients. They're just going to vary in the amounts.
The lifestyle's the habits.
Literally.
Forward-thinking nutrition, train, move your body, hydrate yourself, sleep well. That's the sustainability part of it.
Yeah.
Then you just turn the dials.
Yep.
Yeah.
And on that note,
Completed it, mate. Bang. All right. That was good. Thanks for watching, guys. Good to have Jess in the house. So we'll try and get Jess in a little bit more. Just make sure we're,
Heaps of
caffeinated.
guests.
We're caffeinated on the same level.
Yeah, and we'll have some carbs.
Yeah. Well, next week we should have heaps of energy because we'll both have some food in our
Yeah.
system. But yeah, perfect opportunity to hit that follow and subscribe button on the platforms that you guys are watching and listening. Thank you so much for that. If you could share it, comment on the post itself. It does help with the reach and just getting things out to people just like yourself. So thank you in advance for doing that. Let us know if you have any other questions, topics and stuff that you want to discuss. Had a few people kind of send me suggestions of some guests, so keep that coming so that we can hunt out some guests for 2025. And we'll see you next time.
I'm just going to quickly plug my waist loss challenge. January, train for free, 28 days. Just go to @BenScottSTC, send me a DM challenge, and I'll get all the information for you. Free online coaching for the month of January.
Done.
Yep.